I keep my goals to myself, cause whenever I share it with folks, they get a look upon their face and their memory floats to a time where their goals and the stars ain't...
Smackdown continues to be in a massive rut. And it's boring, bland, uneventful, and uninteresting. This show was a disaster. We have another full month of 3-hour shows until SmackDown goes back to 2 hours. But SmackDown going back to 2 hours for a while will not save this show. This show is shite. It is a waste. It is an absolute waste. It's not the wrestler's fault. It's the fault of Triple H. He has no idea what the hell he's doing because he doesn't know how to book. This show sucks. It's no debating it. You can't defend this. This show is garbage. Absolute garbage. Absolute basura. This show sucks. It sucks. I don't understand. SmackDown has not been good in 2 years. It was actually good in the early part of 2024. And then immediately after WrestleMania that year, it went down. It started to decline massively. I mean, there were a couple of okay things on this show that I liked, but that's it. But outside of the things that I am actually interested in, like the Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams and Ricky Saints feud, which they're probably going to build towards that. Outside of that, I'm not interested in anything else. I like what they're doing with Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green. I like that. But outside of what I just mentioned to you guys, SmackDown is literally unwatchable. Where's Randy Orton? He's been gone for a month. They did a massive angle for night 1 of WrestleMania 42 where he punted Cody in the head. And we haven't seen Randy Orton since. Drew McIntyre, he fought Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 42, night 1. Oh no, night 2. And he wasn't there. I mean, he's not been on the show for over a month. What is going on? These are questions that you should be asking yourselves. Where the fuck is Drew McIntyre? Where the fuck is Randy Orton? Where are these guys? These are top tier guys. Where are they? This makes no sense. Where's CM Punk? Where has he been? Is he gonna be shipped over to SmackDown? Is he gonna show up on SmackDown and run a program with Cody Rhodes? Because my God, we gotta do something. We gotta do something, man. SmackDown's pitiful. It's pitiful. So we're gonna get into SmackDown from May the 29th, 2026. We kicked the show off with Jade Cargill. So Jade comes out. She gets a good reaction. A good reaction of boos. So the crowd was pro Rhea. Jade said that she's so confused because it sounds like the fans think she's got something to prove. Rhea Ripley told Jade when they wrestled one-on-one, she beat her and she'll do it again. And she said, Rhea said on Sunday she'll be looking up at her real champion. Jade asked if she realizes how stupid she sounds, that being Rhea. Jade asked if she really believes the women's division revolves around her. Jade says that B-Fab and Michin are with her because they like her, whereas with Rhea, the people she hangs out with don't even like her. So Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, they show up to a good reaction. Charlotte Flair says that Jade's been in WWE for 5 minutes. Yeah, she's acting like a Hall of Famer. Charlotte said when she had some success, she's had some success, but she shouldn't believe her hype. So B-Fab then took issue with Charlotte. Charlotte said she didn't want to hear from one of Jade's accessories. Jade says she won't be talked down to by someone who's Charlotte's ragdoll, that being Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss said she's schooled other women wrestlers on the mic for years, so she can embarrass Jade if she's not careful. So Nick Aldis shows up. He makes a match. Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill. Okay, this is fine. First match of the night. Jade Cargill defeats Alexa Bliss via the Jaded. Didn't really watch this. Didn't really give a damn about this. So post-match, Jade Cargill ended up doing a Jaded on the steel chair, taking out Alexa Bliss. And then Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, they chase off the baddies. Michin, Jade Cargill, and B-Fab. Okay, this is fine. I like this. Again, I don't expect for Jade to win at all on Sunday at Clash in Italy. I don't see it happening at all. So there is that. Moving on from that, this leads us into Cody Rhodes. He's backstage. He's talking to Kathy Kelly. So, Sami Zayn cuts in and he asks Cody if he has something to say to him. Cody said he has nothing to say to Sami. Sami said maybe he should. Sami said maybe he should start by saying he was sorry. Sami said he didn't have to fight his friend. He said he had his back when Gunther trucked him out, and he tried to help him, but then Cody hit him with a crossroads. Cody said he did say something within the confines of a wrestling match. He got angry as he told Sami Zayn he stood by and watched Gunther's post-match attack. Sami said he wanted to help, but he's wired to be a good guy. Sami said it took everything he had in him not to help him, but he realized the right thing to do was to leave him there so he could learn a lesson. Cody said the last real good guy teaching me a lesson. Cody said when he's done with Gunther tonight, he'll teach him a lesson too. Okay, that's fine. So I'm guessing we're going to do probably a Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn match for the title. Probably in Saudi, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. You could do it on television, but I really don't know. This was okay, I guess, but I mean, I like Sami Zayn as a heel, so I like it. You know, he's basically a full-fledged heel. You know, he's kind of on the fringes of being a tweener basically right now, but he hasn't really turned like a full-fledged heel yet. But he's slowly but surely getting there. So this is fine, I guess. So whatever. Moving on, Nick Aldis was backstage with Danhausen. He told Danhausen that he had to check in on Alexa, but he said he shouldn't be doing any more experiments. So it worked out well that his lab equipment was held up in customs. Danhausen asked what he should do instead. Nick Aldis says he's employed to wrestle. That's funny. Danhausen left and began to improvise a new lab. In the background is Miz chatted with Nick Aldis about his match later on. So, since they were in Italy, Axiom showed up on this show, and he ended up defeating The Miz. He ends up winning. I forgot what Axiom's finish is called. Oh yeah, my bad. The Golden Ratio, he did that, followed by the Spanish Fly before he did the Golden Ratio for the 1, 2, 3. This is fine. The match should have been shorter. This thing shouldn't have lasted 10 minutes. It's crazy that it went 10 minutes. It's The Miz, you know what I'm saying? This match should have been done in about at least 5 minutes. What the fuck? I mean, come on. It's The Miz. I mean, The Miz is bulletproof. You can literally put him in the ring with anybody. And, you know, Miz is a great character wrestler. Always has been. right? He's one of the goats. When it comes to gimmick wrestling, as a character. So this is fine, but again, this match should have been shorter. Moving on, this leads us into R-Truth. He told Damian Priest that he's not medically cleared yet, so he got him a tag team partner. So Royce Keys showed up. Damian Priest said he didn't trust Royce Keys because he seems to go way back with Solo Sikoa. And then R-Truth talked him into teaming. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Moving on, Sami Zayn is backstage complaining about Cody to Candice LeRae. Sami said she seems to be the only one who understands him. She was touched, but Sami actually said he meant Johnny Gargano. So Johnny Gargano, he's passed out on the stairs. Matt Cardona walked in and asked, why was Sami Zayn talking to a wall? Sami asked if Cody sent him. Sami said Matt Cardona knows his history and has a feeling that he was disrespected. Sami said that he can't let it stand. Cardona said he'd go talk to Nick Aldis about a match later on. Who gives a shit about this at all? I don't. Like, again, people think that Matt Cardona should be in a better position. He's not going to be, and he doesn't need to be, right? He's a mid-carder at best, and that's just where he needs to be in the mid-card. So, whatever. Moving on, this leads us into Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. They're backstage. So, Charlotte basically bumped into Rhea by accident. Rhea asked how Alexa Bliss is doing. Charlotte says that she's hurting and pissed. Rhea says that she'll take care of Jade come Clash in Italy. Charlotte says if she doesn't, she will. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, come on, good and damn well that Rhea is going to be the one to, Rhea is going to defeat Jade Cargill at Clash in Italy. Like, come on, it's a no-brainer. Charlotte Flair also mentioned that Jade Cargill has a receipt coming. So maybe they end up doing Jade and Charlotte after this. So I think that'd be a good program. I mean, they've teased it for what 2 or 3 fucking years now. It's better late than never. But I mean, like when Jade first came in, like 2 years ago, they were teasing it heavily, and now it's just died down to where most of the fan base, we don't even care about it, really. I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. I'm not gonna hold you guys up. I don't. Why? Because it's moved at a snail's pace. Like we could have got the match last year. Like, come on. Like, are you kidding me? But whatever. Moving on, this leads us into Damian Priest and Royce Keys. They took on Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Didn't even care about this match. The MFTs win. Who gives a fuck? Moving on. This leads us into The Miz. He's complaining to Nick Aldis about the lights flickering. Nick Aldis agreed with The Miz that it's likely Danhausen. So they walked into an area where Danhausen set up his lab. He sprayed Miz with a fire extinguisher and then warned Nick Aldis not to mess with the body under a sheet. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Whatever. Good comedy shit. Again, I'm a fan of Danhausen. He's great, honestly. He really is. He's good in small doses, and I like him. I really do. I mean, he makes the shows kind of a little bit more easier to watch overall. But, even Danhausen can't save this show. He just can't. Because Smackdown just sucks. Moving on, this leads us into Chelsea Green. She walked up to Tiffany Stratton backstage and said she's flattered that she got her message to dress the same. Tiffany Stratton said she was always planning to wear that. Okay. Tiffany Stratton told Chelsea Green that she wasn't going to team with her. She said despite some feeling this last week, she doesn't feel It's that deep. And then Chelsea Green was sad. Oh, no. That sucks. Moving on. This leads us into Sami Zayn defeating Matt Cardona. Didn't care about the match. Didn't even watch it. I don't care. Was backstage with Nick Aldis. So Nick Aldis asked Gunther to please keep it civilized. Gunther asked Nick Aldis if he thinks he's an animal. Gunther promised to be civilized. He said he's going to attack Cody verbally. Gunther told Nick Aldis to go to Madrid next time when they go to Spain. So, that's hilarious. So, whatever, that's fine. Moving on, this leads us into another bright spot on the show in the form of Trick Williams. So, Trick puts himself over as the sexiest and most entertaining superstar. So, the fans, they sing Ole. They love Trick, man. Trick is fucking awesome. He's great. Trick says that he's been holding down the brand. Little Yachty says if they keep writing checks, they don't care who's next. Trick ended up declaring himself for the King of the Ring, which is great. So he's going to be entering into the tournament, which is excellent. So Carmelo Hayes showed up. He got a good reaction. So Carmelo said Trick is king of the microphone and king of the entrance, but he's not king of the ring. Carmelo Hayes said he's too little for that. Carmelo Hayes says tonight he's going to take care of Ricky Saints. And then after that, he's coming for his U.S. title. Trick said that Melo is being a little too bit melodramatic. Trick said if Melo could grow an inch for every time he made an excuse, he'd be able to see him face to face. That was a good little burn right there. I like that. So Ricky Saints showed up. So Ricky Saints says nobody wants to see this Tenavadia stuff. This Tornavio stuff. So Ricky Saints said last week he sucker punched him. That being Carmelo Hayes. He said after he beats Carmelo, he's coming after the U.S. title. Trick said he's lying and he makes him sick. Trick told him to shut the hell up when they say to figure out who's better between Ricky Saints and Carmelo Hayes. He says then he'll prove who's the king. So Ricky Saints says that Trick Williams is the king of delusion and a one-trick pony. When Ricky Saints told Trick to take his lemon pepper steppers out the ring, so Trick then punched him. Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints ends in a double countout, which is fine. It's actually the right decision. It means that the feud is still going to continue, and it should continue, and hopefully it ends up leading into both guys becoming like a tag team. I think that would be great. You can begin to rebuild the tag team division and figure out someone else to who's a heel to go after Trick. That's not Sami Zayn. And I feel like that's what they should be doing, and hopefully that they end up doing that. So I do like the decision that was made. I actually like the decision that was made. So good stuff. I'm interested in seeing where this goes. Moving on from that, this leads us into Nia Jax and Lash Legend. They walk up to Tiffany Stratton backstage and told her it's not a good idea for her to not be at ringside for Chelsea. I really don't care about this at all. Who cares? Whatever. Chelsea Green ends up defeating Nia Jax with help from Tiffany Stratton. So Tiffany Stratton shows up. She ended up beating up Nia Jax with a belt, whooping her, which was hilarious. And then Chelsea Green ends up winning, so that's fine. Good stuff there. So they are going to have a tag team, form a tag team with Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green, which is great. This is perfect. This makes perfect sense. It's great. I am happy for this because I'm a fan of both women. I do, however, think that Tiffany Stratton more than likely will lose the Women's U.S. Championship to probably JC Jane at some point, whether it be on a random Smackdown or the next PLE. But I do think that Tiffany Stratton probably won't be U.S. champion too much longer. And I think if you put her in the tag team division with Chelsea Green and let them cook as a team for a while, I think that would be fucking great. And that's really like the best thing for both of them at this point in time. So I like this. This is great stuff. Moving on, this leads us into Brie Bella. So she was on this show. So, oh my gosh. She didn't really say much of anything. So basically, Brie and Paige said that they're on a roll. So Fatal Influence showed up. JC Jane said that she's declaring herself for Queen of the Ring. So that's fine. This is great. Excellent stuff. So I do like this. All right, cool. Moving on. This leads us into the closing segment of the show, which was Cody Rhodes and Gunther having a war of words before their match at Clash in Italy. So Cody Rhodes came out first, got a good reaction. Gunther came out, got an okay reaction to boos. Gunther said that he wanted to tell Cody Rhodes exactly what he thinks about him. Gunther said that he's new to SmackDown, but he has realized that this show has to be about Cody, and if it's not, he finds a way. Gunther said that Cody is a product of the culture he grew up in, including nepotism and egotism and narcissism, and that's rewarded. He said that Cody is the symbol of the crumbling American dream. Gunther said he's earned everything. He's earned the position he's in, whereas Cody, everything's just one phone call away. Gunther said he wanted to be a wrestler. It was one phone call away. He wanted a WWE job. It was one phone call away. It was one phone call. He said he wanted to come back after he left. It was one phone call. Gunther said that that's what makes him an entitled brat. Talking about Cody, he says we're nothing alike. He said Cody has to fuel his ego. Gunther said all that matters to him is being the best pro wrestler in the company and to protect the sacred sport from people like Cody. Gunther said all that Cody cares about is Cody. Gunther said Cody's biggest fan is Cody. And he said that he's not a champion. He's a mark for himself. Damn. That was a nice little burn there. I like that. Good shit there. Very good shit. Cody said that Gunther's a liar. He said every kid has dreams of becoming a pro wrestler. He asked Gunther if he actually doesn't want one he has. Cody says he knows that Gunther wants it. He said that's because otherwise he's talking to a 330-pound version of him in front of a few hundred fans at an indie show. He said Paul Heyman tried to intimidate him with all the things that would go into being the centerpiece star. Cody said Paul Heyman didn't tell him that that the title was addictive. The WWE title was addictive. You're just as sick as I am. Cody said he'll find out at Clash in Italy how close he is to getting what he wants, but then he'll find out he's just not that good. Cody said Gunther, he's easy to find and hard to beat. So then Cody drops the mic. He's about to leave. Gunther spun him around, and they went nose to nose. Gunther asked Cody if he thinks he's a liar. He talked about promising to take out Goldberg, AJ Styles, and John Cena. He did. And he promised to choke out Cody Rhodes. and take his precious prize at Clash in Italy, and that was it. So it is what it is. I don't see Cody losing again. This match is going to take place on free television. It's going to be on ESPN. So I don't see Cody Rhodes losing here. I don't. I mean, it would make no sense. Now, maybe Baron Corbin shows up. There's talks of Corbin coming back to WWE anyway. And I think you should have him show up on ESPN, or if not, at least have him show up on the European tour on next week's Smackdown, because I just don't see Cody losing to Gunther. I don't see it, right? Like, if the match was going to be on ESPN Unlimited, and it was going to be like the co-main between before Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, then yes, I could see Cody losing to Gunther. But since it's going to be on ESPN, it's probably going to be the first match that we see on the pre-show. There's no fucking way that Cody's not going to win. Like, why would Cody lose? You know what I'm saying? It makes no damn sense. But it is what it is. This was fine, I guess. Do I care? No. SmackDown continues to be trash. Where's Randy Orton? Where's Ilya Dragunov? Where's Drew McIntyre? Where's Nakamura? He's out. Sol Ruka, apparently she's injured. So her match with Becky Lynch is up in the air, which sucks. So we don't know what's going to come of that. So hopefully she does make a speedy recovery. But SmackDown just continues to be boring and bland. And the only good thing about this show is Trick Williams, the feud with Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints, and Danhausen. That's about it. And what they're doing with Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green. Other than that, this show is total ass. But what did you guys think? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.